Do you want to preview All Out? Because I'm not even too familiar with the card. Are you familiar with the card?
I would love to preview it. I'd love to know what the fuck it is. They started announcing matches for the Sunday night pay-per-view on the Wednesday before. And I think they had one match announced last week. But I don't know what and to hear what the matches are, you have to listen to Excrement, old Sockface himself. And that's an assault on the ears. So the salesman is an annoying fuckwit. And you've only got less than a week to give the people the cards. So this is not shaping up to be one of the all-time record-breaking crowds. But go ahead.
All right, this is the card. This is according to AEW's own website. So we're going to go from...
They've actually got it.
Maybe they're listening. But here we are, September 3rd, 2023, the United Center, Chicago, Illinois. Start time, 6 p.m. Central Time. For the TNT Championship, the champion, Luchasaurus, versus Darby Allin.
Well, at least these are two guys that have been interacting on their television, and it's for one of the titles that they defend fairly often. And I mean, I don't think that Luchasaurus should ever have a wrestling match, much less win one. But I would imagine they'll probably do something to further the heat with Christian, and I'm in favor of that. So Luchasaurus will probably retain with Christian getting further up Darby's ass.
Powerhouse Hobbs versus Miro.
Whoo, this is... You know, it's the battle of the brutes, as Nick Goulas would say. I don't see which one needs to lose. I think both of them need to win. Hobbs needs to win because he needs to do something. And Miro needs to win because, except for squash matches, have we seen him do anything in months and months and months and months?
No.
So maybe it'll be a double count out or a double disqualification and they'll both lose.
For the TBS Championship, the champion Chris Statlander versus Ruby Soho.
Goodbye, Ruby So-So. Statlander made a mess of you when you laid there on the canvas with your hair a green hue.
Brian Jones had it easy. Kenny Omega versus Konosuke Takeshita.
Okay, I want to see Take a Shit just beat the ever-loving stew out of Twinkle Toes and re-injure all of his injuries and have the x-rays there taped to him to prove it and send him off back to Japan where he can recuperate in the waiting arms of Kota Ibushi. That's what I'm hoping for.
We'll see if they're listening to you. For the AEW International Championship, the champion Orange Cassidy versus Jon Moxley.
Well, there's our bathroom break, and we'll probably have time to make a sandwich because both of these self-indulgent, talentless pricks will want to go 20 or 25 minutes doing all the stupid shit they do that nobody cares about but spoils it for the real talent on the card. So I'm thinking a shit, a sandwich, and Harley taking a piss. That's what this match will last.
Will it be more CZW or more Chikara?
Oh, Moxley has more pull in the company, so it's going to be full-on garbage rather than just the imitation play lucha promotion.
For the Ring of Honor World TV Championship, the champion Samoa Joe versus Shane Taylor.
Well, he's an unknown commodity, is Shane Taylor. Samoa Joe better win this match because, my God, what in the fuck? Of course Joe's going to win.
Could you get him over if he's talented, impressive, and we haven't seen him, so he's an unknown, but he's getting this spot? If he beats Joe in Chicago after everything Joe's been doing with Punk, does it get him over?
No, because people in this company are used to screwy finishes and people that aren't supposed to winning, so it's not really a shock anymore. But no, Joe's in the middle of, well, he was in the middle of a thing with Punk, and he's in the middle of being praised as the king of television, and they've just begun to get that over. So no, he should either be beating people decisively or be doing disputed and/or, up in the air finishes with a guy like Punk or somebody that he's programmed with, he shouldn't be doing a job to an unknown person who's coming in at this particular point. So I would imagine Shane will be counting light bulbs in the ceiling.
For the Ring of Honor World Tag Team Championship, the champions, Better Than You, Baby, comprised of MJF and Adam Cole, versus the winners of the Ring of Honor Tag Team Battle Royale. And I believe those results are in.
Oh, they've done it already?
They did it on Rampage.
That's not till Friday.
Well, they taped it with Dynamite. The winners will be the Dark Order.
Oh, God.
Alex Reynolds and John Silver.
What the?
Oh. 2 bodily functions and a... There we go. That seems more like it. Okay, how many do you have over there?
So the people now, they didn't get to see MJF at all in Chicago on Wednesday, and they only got to see Adam Cole talk. And now on Friday night, they're going to watch them work with fucking job guys? Or on Saturday night? So, or Sunday night. What? Wait a minute. Saturday night's Collision. Sunday night is this pay-per-view. So on Sunday night, the big show, MJF and Adam Cole, the most popular 2 guys in the company, are going to be working with job guys.
Don't worry, they'll have a really fun competitive match.
That's what I'm afraid of. Is that it?
No, there's 2 more matches.
Oh boy. Wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, they're going to make up for the fact that nobody knows what the matches are by having a bunch of them.
Eddie Kingston.
Oh boy.
And Shibata versus Claudio Castagnoli and Wheeler Yuta.
Wow. Okay, Shibata, is he the one with the missing brain?
He doesn't have a missing brain. He has his brain. They found
it.
Well, no, they never lost it. They always had control of the brain. They always knew where the brain was, but the Wrestling Observer...
They were moving it around from place to place, but they still knew where it was.
The Wrestling Observer had 5 different sources who saw the brain leave the head and then be placed back in the head. So I don't know.
But other people said they were just kidding.
And finally, FTR and the Young Bucks versus Bullet Club Gold, comprised of Juice Robinson, Jay White, and the Guns.
So he's really going to try to pull this off and not have Punk on the pay-per-view card in Chicago. And are they at the United Center for this?
They are at the United Center, but I actually read there was
They're at the Now Arena, the smaller one for the TVs, and then they're at the United Center for the pay-per-view.
I just want to see one other thing, because someone sent me something earlier that they were setting up, and I couldn't believe it. I just want to see. Hold on, Jim, before we wrap up this review.
I'm not rushing you.
Well, Jim, I have an article here that I just saw before from the Wrestling Observer website. Ricky Starks to challenge Ricky Steamboat for All Out.
What?
On AEW Collision. He will challenge Steamboat to an All Out strap match on Saturday's Collision. Is Ricky Steamboat filling in for CM Punk?
It sure sounds like it.
Yeah. I mean, otherwise, what are they doing here?
But that Ricky is 3 years old, and he had a brain bleed years ago. And the WWF wouldn't let him get back in the ring. And he did the referee thing with, didn't he turn down doing Flair's last match. And then I think he did a 6-man recently for a Legend show, but he's only wrestled like once in years, and a single strap match.
Not even just a singles match. Even that, you're like, man, I worry about Ricky Steamboat. A strap match.
It's just I don't think Starks would do anything crazy to hurt him, and I don't think Ricky would cooperate with anything willingly that he would get hurt doing, but there's always the chance. And with a guy, even as great a shape he's in, he had a brain bleed when he was wrestling. What was that? That was almost 10 years ago for the WWF, right?
This has to be some kind of angle to get Punk into the match.
It better be.
And then you're announcing Punk versus Starks the day before the pay-per-view, if that's the case.
Well, this match is supposed to be on Collision.
He's going to challenge on Saturday's Collision, according to a tweet from Tony Khan. This Saturday, September 2, United Center, Chicago, Illinois. Saturday night, AEW Collision, live on TNT. The place to be! No, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central. This Saturday on TNT Drama, Absolute Ricky Starks will appear live on AEW Collision to challenge Ricky the Dragon Steamboat to a strap match this Sunday. This in caps at AEW All Out.
Well, I'll tell you what. If he does and Steamboat accepts it, and they go to the pay-per-view, and they start this match, and Ricky gets a flurry, and then Starks shuts him down and does something heinous to him where he's hurt and can't continue, and as they're loading him up on a stretcher and Starks is gloating, like Mussolini hits, the babies will go in the air. If they have the match and it's a regular match and Starks wins in the end, I think we're still back to burning seats.
Well, that's everything so far announced for All Out and rumored for All Out at this point.
Well, but they've still got, 2 more days?
They've still got a couple more days to put anything else together. If you were an AEW fan and you just paid all that money to watch All In, turned out an afternoon show was nice for AEW because it ends and it's not the end of the day. But you just paid for that and a week later you get this for the card. You may want to sue.
You might want to sue. You might want to haul somebody into court. You might want to say, God damn it, I am going to fire out a writ of habeas corpus, corpus delicti, and corpus Christi against the manipulators who are trying to sell me a bill of goods. And if you need to do that, then there's only one human being in the world that you should call.
Call Stephen P. News. If you need to sue. An outlaw mud show or two. Still to the rest.
Folks, he's a humble man, as Stephen P. knew. He's a very humble man. He doesn't like to make a big show of his extreme expertise when it comes to legal matters, when it comes to him being the baron of the barristers, the king of all the jurisprudencers. He likes to let us say how great he is. He don't want to tell us himself. He wants to let us tell him. And folks, I can assure you of this, whether you need to sue a weasel in Calabasas County, or whether you need to sue someone that has harmed you or poisoned your drinking water or damaged your family's health and financial security or run you over in a car, or these nasty, no-good jail operators that are incarcerating people in ever bigger numbers in substandard jails. You can't even be safe in prison anymore. No matter what you need done in a court of law, Stephen P. New is the man that's going to do it. 888-692-8084, newlawoffice.com. Get even with our man Stephen, because he will layeth the suing smacketh down upon your candieth ass. Can you imagine a card like this? This is bait and switch. You can sue for bait and switch now, can't you?
It depends
if somebody gives you bad bait, you can take a switch to them.
I don't know if that's how it works, but Stephen P. New would be the man who can answer that.
I thought that's how it works. If somebody gives you worms that the fish won't eat, the worms are rotten, the live bait is turned, you're allowed to take a switch to them to get even, get your money back. Bait and switch. It's an old legal tactic.
Stephen P. New.
That's him.